Hello everyone, Courtney here. I started this podcast on July 20th, 2 years ago on my birthday, and this episode marks my 2-year podiversary. What started out as a passion project became so much more meaningful as time has gone on, and I am so excited to continue my journey with it. Thank you to all of my amazing listeners for tagging along and also leaving testimonials. They mean the world to me, and I appreciate every one of you. Today is our 6th Quick Bite of the podcast. Quick Bites are 5-minute episodes about a particular topic and action that should take 5 minutes or less to complete. The goal of these episodes is to make important actions small and achievable. This is to help my listeners get used to taking action fast that will eventually help in the creation of tiny habits and 1% incremental improvement. This Quick Bite is about finding ways to gain experiential knowledge so you can become a better inventor. Welcome to episode number 53. Let's get into it.
Where inventing, passion, and hard work intersect. Welcome to the Serial Inventing Podcast. Bite-sized, perspective-altering episodes on serial inventing and beyond. From motivating key tips on product licensing to obstacle-busting conversations on transitioning to a full-time serial product developer. Buckle your seatbelt because you're in for a ride. Warning, this podcast may motivate you to make wild decisions that will propel you forward in your inventing career and hijack more of your time for your passion. If you aren't ready to make it happen, then this podcast isn't for you.
To be clear, experiential knowledge is knowledge you learn through experience or observation, essentially differentiating theory from reality. Through my 8 years of inventing, I have found that the more experiential knowledge you have, the better decisions you can make as an inventor. Better decisions lead to less time spinning your wheels, making hard decisions, and more efficiency, all leading you closer to a deal quicker. I have changed my market research and pitching tactics over the years. For example, now when I do my market research, after exhausting my keywords for trying to find my product on the market, I will then try typing in the problem it solves, and then later, a variety of solutions to the problem. By doing these searches, I can find more products that do more direct marketing, that talk about the problem that product solves, that I often find much later in my searches, speeding up the market research process. There are still constant things I'm learning in the industry. In fact, just a month ago, I came up with a new pitching method that is getting incredible results. I never thought of it in 8 years. How did I come up with it? Being in the industry, trying new things, talking to more people, reading more books, the list goes on and on. I am constantly taking in new knowledge and educating myself in a variety of areas to better help my own product development that I can then pass down to my students at InventRight. As an example, I am currently reading 1 book about licensing, taking 2 intellectual property courses, 2 game design courses, and 1 course on human behavior. By doing this, I'm getting a better picture of the scope of the industry, which always seems to be larger than I thought before. So how can you game the system and get that experiential knowledge quicker? I made a list of 10 different ways you can use observation and experience to elevate your game. 1. Talk to a successful inventor, or multiple, on a video call who has licensed a product and ask them what steps they took to get the deal. A video call can be helpful to be able to read body language, and you can develop a relationship a bit better that way too, as it is more personal. Number 2. Read books on licensing or the industry in which your product is in, then try doing what it says to a T and track your results. Number 3. Make decisions off of a collection of data when you are unsure. An example of this is to make sure you get at least 5 different companies' feedback that your sell sheet isn't clear before changing it. Number 4, create your own data by A/B testing a variety of things, such as your scripts. But a word of warning, make sure you test each one enough. The study of statistics says that you should get at least 30 pieces of data before anything can be statistically significant. Number 5, go to online meetings and events to listen and talk with experts and inventors, and don't forget to take notes. We fire more synapses when we take notes, and even more when we write them by hand. Number 6, go to trade shows. Though they can be expensive, I've had a handful of students go to trade shows and get interest in their product, and even with companies that declined in the past. Nothing beats face-to-face experience. Number 7, write down what strategies you are currently using and the start date. Periodically check in and write down any findings, like a field notebook, and reflect on what's working and what you think could be better off of stats. Number 8, find a mentor who is in the licensing industry and still is. Better if they have licensed before. You can easily learn from their pitfalls and test their guidance, advice, and feedback. Number 9, immerse yourself in the category you are pitching in. Listen to YouTube reviews of products in the pet industry if you are in it. Watch trends in your industry. Join trade magazines and listen to podcasts. Number 10, shadow an inventor. You can learn a lot by basically shadowing an inventor and watching their process. One more thing about experiential knowledge. When it comes to learning a new language, immersion is one of the most effective methods as you surround yourself with the language in real-life contexts. For language, you can do this by living in a country where the language is spoken, participating in group conversations, or consistently interacting with native speakers. Immersion helps you absorb the nuances, slang, and cultural aspects of the language. By constantly hearing and using the language in daily activities, you can develop a deeper understanding and fluency much more quickly than through a traditional classroom learning alone. Now, if we take that knowledge of immersion and apply it not just to language, but to skills and entire industries, such as licensing, I wonder what we could learn from it. Anyways, your quick bite task is to write down one of these 10 ways to gain experiential knowledge and perform one tiny task towards achieving that number, such as subscribing to one podcast or scheduling one online event into your calendar. Thanks for tuning in and taking a few bites with me today. And remember, serial inventors don't make excuses. They make it happen. See you soon!